traders, FS Speculator here. Today is Wednesday, it is hump day, and it is April 9th. So how is everybody doing? Halfway through the week. A little bit of a slow day on some of the dollar pairs today, but I mean, we've had plenty of volatility lately. Now, one thing to keep in mind, I mean, we're just getting started, but we have a few pretty important things going on tonight. First of all, we got FOMC meeting minutes this evening, and that is only about an hour away. So this is the notes from the last FOMC meeting. And depending on what the notes say, nobody really knows what the notes say. It's a closed door meeting. So when the notes get released, people have to read through them. They're probably very long. I've never actually read one personally, but I'm sure they're got to be a lot of pages, so it takes the market a little bit of time to digest the news to really see if there's any clues in there about the interest rates. So that's a pretty important news event. Sometimes this is a big, big market mover. Sometimes it's actually not really much of a mover at all. So we got that we have to worry about. And then also we have President Trump is doing something tonight. He's signing some executive orders. Probably not a huge, huge deal, but depending on what those executive orders are, they could be a market mover. That's 2:30 Eastern Standard Time, so 2:30 DC or 2:30 New York time. So that's 7:30 GMT time or London time. So there's definitely a couple things to keep an eye on tonight. We get the meeting minutes, what's definitely going to move the market, and we all know that Trump can definitely move the market, that's for sure. So we definitely have a few things to keep an eye on. If you actually, like I said, if you actually look at some of these dollar pairs on the sort of time frames, they're kind of ranging around a little bit. Looks like it wants to break down, which is exactly what I said. If you watch my videos, you know exactly what I think is going to happen on the euro dollar. So one thing that is really important right now is that the U.S. dollar index definitely did get a solid break of structure. I mean, you can't argue that that is a break of structure. It's a solid break of structure. Everything's looking pretty good for the end of this whole move down right here. So first of all, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wave one. We got a break of structure, just like a wave two should. So we got a break of structure for the wave two, and then we got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right there for the wave three. And then we have an ABC right there with a break of structure for the wave four, just like a wave four should. And then we have another little downtrend right here, which eventually, technically, you could probably say that it ended right there, but the real break of structure was definitely that what happened this week or last week, actually, right? Yeah, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday. So Monday is actually when it broke structure. So that means that this is the end of a five-wave move, most likely. Now, if I'm correct about my higher time frames, which maybe I am, maybe I'm not, I honestly don't really care either way because I'm looking for longs right now on the dollar. And if the dollar just keeps on going up, then fine, I'm looking for longs, not a big deal. If this really is what I think it is, a five-wave downtrend, then I would expect to see a corrective pattern over the next probably several months. Well, maybe not several months because it's like a daily time frame move, so maybe several weeks. So I would expect to see something like this, and then down, and then up, and then down, and I would expect this all to end at the 100% Fibonacci extension, and then I would expect the dollar to potentially go up. This is the monthly time frame analysis, but it's really important because that tells us that this break of structure right here could be a wave one of a five-wave pattern to the downside that we're likely looking at on the DXY and the US dollar index. So this could definitely be a wave one of a five-wave pattern down. This break of structure right here could be the end of a wave one. That means that we're likely in some sort of an Elliott wave corrective pattern for wave two. Now, this is where things can get a little difficult because corrections are overlapping patterns. You definitely have the traditional ABC, but you also got the more complex triangles, WXYs, you got flats, you get all kinds of different things the market can do in a pullback. Most of the time, pullbacks are three waves, though. So you get like up, you get down, and then you get up. Most of the time, they go right to a Fibonacci level after they make three waves. So you would expect it to go up to a Fibonacci level, and then you would likely expect it to turn down probably pretty significantly. So you'd have like a wave one, you'd have your wave two, and then eventually down for a wave three. I would expect it to at least go to the 61%, probably even the 78%. I think it at least needs to take out this high, because that looks like a pretty important structure area. I mean, price has been to that area a lot in the past, so I think it's going to go at least to the 61%. So if I believe that the US dollar index and the DXY are in a big old wave two, then I need to believe something pretty similar on all these other dollar pairs, even though the Aussie and the Kiwi are quite a bit different right now. because they're being driven by the Aussie and the Kiwi. But definitely the pound dollar and the euro dollar, I would expect to see something pretty similar. I would expect to see some sort of an ABC pattern over the next probably several weeks. You know, some sort of a three-way pattern, WXY 333, could be 535, it could be a triangle. Nobody really knows what kind of pattern it's going to be, but I think it's likely going to be at least a couple of weeks of corrective overlapping patterns, probably for wave 4, then probably up again for wave 5. So that's pretty good news in a way, even though it's an overlapping pattern, because if you go to the sort of time frames, there's a good chance we know what's going on. On the euro dollar, I actually think there's a chance it's going to go up and take the highs, though. This morning in my morning video, I said that there's a good chance it's going to go down, make a wave C, because on the 1 hour, it totally looks like it should go down. Like big time looks like an ABC, especially with the 335 pattern that we got right here. 3 waves up, 3 waves down, 5 waves up for an ABC of B. That's a 335. But the problem is on the euro dollar, it still looks to me like a wave 1, wave 2. This could still be a wave 3. The wave 4 could have ended here, and we could be in some sort of like a weird ending diagonal wave 5 right now. So I definitely do see the possibility of this going up a little bit more. If it breaks and holds below this structure, which it's actually trying to do right now, but if it does hold below that area right there, then I would have to say that this wave right here is over. And if that wave right there is over, then the idea of it being a wave 3 and going up and making new highs is not going to happen. If it's not a wave 3, then it potentially would have to be a wave C. If it really is a wave C, then it would most likely go down, take out the previous lows, and probably even go down and make a run for this important area down here, possibly. Some sort of a 5-way pattern down. But that all depends on the breaker structure, right? No breaker structure, no turn. So technically the trend is up on this. And there's always a possibility that this is an expanding ABC that just goes up again. So I would be recommending longs if you're trading the 1 hour, unless it breaks this low and holds below that low. Then I'd be looking for shorts, probably taking it down into this area someplace. On the 1 hour time frame, it totally looks like 3 waves up, 3 waves down, and then 5 waves up. 100% Fibonacci extension of wave A. So right now, it definitely looks like an ABC or B. So if it breaks and holds, that's going to prove that scenario. And if that scenario is proven, then I would expect it to probably go down into this area down here, minimum for a wave C. But it all depends on the breaker structure, right? No break, no confirmation of a turn. Higher time frames are definitely still up, that's for sure. Hey, Carl, how's it going tonight? Yeah, definitely. If anybody has any requests, put them in the chats on YouTube. Be more than happy to check anything out that anybody is interested in me looking at, especially Forex pairs. But I do, these are the pairs that I at least keep up with on the higher time frames, you know, natural gas, oil, the indices, not all of them, but the major indices, and then pretty much all Forex and gold. I don't really keep up with silver either, but you can definitely look at anything. Cryptocurrency. Let's look at the US dollar Swiss for Carl. Major downtrend, huh, man? Phew. It's one big old sideways pattern. That's what's hard about it. But all the Swiss pairs right now are like at all-time lows, except for this one. This one definitely ain't. But Aussie Swiss and a lot of them are not the pound Swiss, but the Aussie Swiss, Kiwi Swiss, a few of them are all-time lows right now. What if this is actually? I mean, you can't rule out the possibility of this being a wave 1, this being an ABC of 2, and now we're in a wave 3. Especially with my US dollar analysis. I'm very bearish the US dollar. I think the US dollar is going down. Hey Scott, how's it going? Yeah, hopefully it'll be a nice tradable move. I'm actually thinking that this is what's going to happen because to me this looks like a big old ABC type pattern. 1, 2, 3, and then yeah, this is all one just big old correction. I have it labeled as an ABCDE, but I don't. If it turns here, then that will prove that to be true. If it goes up a big structure, then that's an ABCDE, and then it's going to go up and hit this high, which is this high, for A, B, C. But boy, on this time frame, it almost looks more likely, especially looking at all the other Swiss pairs, it's going to go down and take out these lows, make a 5-way pattern down. I definitely would be recommending shorts. Obviously, we're in a strong move down. At least until you get some sort of evidence otherwise. I mean, more than likely, we're in a wave 3 still. I mean, this is definitely a wave 3 still. We just took out the lows, but I mean, that could be a little bit of support, but boy, if I'm looking for shorts and I see support, I don't go long. What I do is get excited for the possible short that could come later on. You know, 1, 2, 3 waves up, 1, 2, 3 waves up, 1, 2, 3 waves up, 1, 2, 3 waves up. This is kind of 5 waves up right here, but this is 1, 2, 3 waves up right there. And then it failed, and I made another 1, 2, 3 up. So definitely looking for shorts. Hopefully it is support. Hopefully it does bounce right here because that would give you possibly another sorting opportunity at some point. But I would want to see a proper ABC like the one we had last week. And that actually was a pretty nice ABC because you got impulsive up with breaks of structure with a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 break of structure, wave A, 1, 2, 3 down. This is an expanding ABC right here, or an expanding flat. I would just call it an expanding ABC because if it was a flat, it would be 3 waves, 3 waves, 5 waves. This is definitely 5, 3, 5, so I would just call it an expanding ABC. And then we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if it breaks this high right here, it's either going to do one or two things. It's either going to make a correction to this last wave down and then continue the downtrend like it did over here, or it's going to trend reverse and take out that structure. If it trend reverses and takes out that, then we're definitely going to be bullish. Right now, I would be bearish, and I would be hoping to see something like this because that's what's going to get you the trade. Hey, Luca, yeah, I'll take a look. No problem. So that's what I would be looking for. I would be hoping for a bounce. And the wave C of a correction is tradable if you're on top of it. The wave A isn't really that tradable in my opinion. Yeah, US dollar CAD, boy, I wonder if it's really going to go up. It still looks like what I said yesterday. It totally looks like what I said yesterday. Wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5 of wave C. That definitely looks like what it is. And this low right here, during one of my Zoom meetings, we um, fibbed that low right there, and that fits perfectly for the Fibonacci extensions that you would want to see for a wave B of a flat. 1, 2, 3 waves up, 1 down, 3 up, 1 down. So 3 waves up, 3 waves down, and now 5 waves up. Probably take out these highs, and hopefully this is all a wave 1, a wave 2, and eventually goes down for a big old giant wave 3. Potentially would be a huge trade if that's what happens. But sort of time frames, I'm definitely still looking for a long. Like I said this morning in my morning video, probably 3 waves of A. Actually, no, that's not. That's what I thought it was eventually. At first, yesterday, I thought it was just an ABC and it could continue up, but and then it ended up making one more wave down. So that's 5 waves down. That's just a ABC right there, a steep one. And now we're to move to the downside. I would say there's a very good chance that's an ABC right there, and this is a wave 1, this is a wave 2. So I would definitely be looking at this as a wave 1, wave 2. Definitely looking for a significant break of structure to the upside, or some very significant higher low possibly could get you long also. No break of structure, no higher low, no trade. Or at least no reversal, no longs. Hey Skyrick, how's it going, buddy? Yo, any NOK, boy, are you trading that one? You said you were trading it, right? How's it spread on those ones? I've never traded any of that stuff before. I always thought maybe the spread was too high, but it might not be. So, holy crap! Yeah, I remember now. Yeah, I would still be looking for the 78% fib, definitely. Skywick in the house, yeah, definitely. I would definitely be looking for that 78%. I mean, I feel like there's really good odds that it's going to hit that level. I mean, what do I got here for fibs? I got different fibs on different time frames. That was a tricky correction right there, though, because it was so overlapping. It's probably just like a running pattern, like a running ABC type thing. Yeah, yeah, definitely. Look at that. Impulsive down, three waves, wave A. This is a complex pattern. 1, 2, 3 for the A. 1, 2, 3 for the B. That's where it gets a little different. So that would be a C. So A, B, C of B. And then here's your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ending diagonal wave C. It's even got a little bit of a curve to it, like an ending diagonal said. I bet that right there is the end of a correction. I think we're gonna minimum go to the 78%. It could possibly even turn into something like this, honestly, because this could even be like either a wave A or a wave one, and this could be either a wave B or a wave two. It could now make either a wave three or a wave C, definitely. That's a high time frame, but that tells me what's going on these sort of time frames, definitely. Geez, look at this thing, huh? Definitely looks ready for a pullback, in my opinion. Something about this has that 345 shape. I'm tempted to say that this is a 1-2 right there, even though it's a lower low. 3, 4, 5 of 1. Maybe at some point it is going to go down, but it seems like it moved downward, but it'd be a wave 2 and then go up for wave 3. So if we start to see the end of this wave right here on shorter time frames, then that probably would be a reversal. Probably an ABC crescent to the whole push up, like a wave 2 probably. 1 hour time frame should give the end of a trend signal. Either a break of structure or a significant lower high would tell you that maybe this really is a wave 5 and maybe it really is over. Either a nice break of structure that holds, not going down and then spiking back up and just spike reversal. That doesn't really count. You need a break of structure that holds below structure, or you need a very significant lower high. Maybe something like this, like a really significant lower high, maybe could give you the clue that it's going down in a big way. Yeah, Aussie dollar, boy, that's a tricky one lately. So the Aussie is, oh wow, yeah, the Aussie is what's pushing this thing. If you look, it's actually extremely similar to a lot of other Aussie pairs. It's going up right now, but I would hesitate to be too bullish, to be honest with you. I don't know. So the dollar broke structure to the upside, and it's probably going to continue. Look at that. It's mostly the Aussie that keeps moving too. Man, that Aussie is wild. Looks like the euro dollar's rejecting structure too. That could go up again pretty easily. Wow. It's been crazy on the sort of time frames. If you're trading the sort of time frames, you better be on your toes, especially in the late. The problem that I have personally is that right now it's 6:30, so after this Zoom meeting, I usually eat dinner and relax a little bit. But boy, all these moves have been happening in the Asian session or the late New York session because Trump starts talking, and next thing you know, you just have a wild move out of nowhere. Wow, that is mostly no, the US dollar's moving too. Wow, what is going on? Something's going on right now. Something is definitely happening right now. The US dollar's going back up. That's gonna go out and take out the highs, I bet. I bet that pound dollar is gonna go up too. Man, that Aussie dollar is looking pretty strong. This is definitely I was talking about this today as some sort of a three-way pattern right here. We were talking about this possibly being some sort of a flat because it's three waves, three waves. This could possibly do something like this and then turn down, ending a wave C and continuing the downtrend. Hey Scott, Dice Roll. Boy, I know, what is up? I was just talking yesterday how I'm gonna have to change my schedule, so I'm staying up later. Because I usually go to bed like 10:30, get up at like 5:30, 6. Instead of doing that, it's time to sleep in and stay up until like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning so I can catch these Trump moves. Crazy, huh? There's a major volatility in the late New York session. Normally, for the past several years, normally once the London session ends, which the London session ends around 5 to 6 p.m. UK time, so 5, 6 p.m. London time. Normally, when the London session ends, the rest of the New York session can be very quiet until the Asian session, the Sydney session, starts at 11 or 12 p.m. UK time. So usually from like 6 p.m. to like 11, 1 a.m. is fairly quiet over the last several years. But not right now. Not with Trumpy around, that's for sure. To be honest with you, I'd keep an eye out for a reversal back down. I think there's a chance this is still going down, especially looking at the dollar index. I think there's a really good chance this could just go right back down, so keep an eye on it. It is going up right now, but boy, there's really no reason for it to stop besides that fib on the monthly, which I kind of hope it does turn. This could be a huge reversal if it breaks structure on the monthly. Huge. Big old giant wave Y. Aussie dollar to zero point 0.8 to 0.8483 area. That'd be my long-term outlook if it does turn, but we still don't know that it's going to do something like that. I think it is going to do it eventually, but I would have to still be very bearish for now. The US dollar just pushed up, broke structure. US dollar just broke structure. This is a minimum going to make 3 waves, in my opinion. I think this is going to go up at least one more time, probably to a fib level before it goes down. If that happens, then the dollar pairs are going to continue to push down. Aussie dollar is probably just making bull traps. It's going to go down again, I bet, eventually. But if it does go up and start breaking structure, I'm going to be happy because I'm more of a swing trader anyways. I'd rather wait for confirmation and hold on to this thing for weeks, especially if that's really a break right here. Boy, 78% fib, Fibonacci from the high to the low, impulsive down, 1, 2, 3 up, impulsive down, A, B, C. If this was the 1 hour time frame, I would be like, oh, if that goes up and breaks structure, I would go long right there, and I would expect minimum for it to take out this high right here. Unfortunately, it's a monthly time frame, so you gotta keep in mind that this move would probably not be over until probably the middle of 2027, probably a minimum of 2 years or more to the upside. But there'll be plenty of pullbacks along the way, especially if it's a WXY. If it's a WXY, then it would potentially be 1, 2, 3 waves of Y. So it'd probably go up into this area someplace and then pull back for a B and then go up for a C. Kiwi dollar, pretty much same thing. There's a potential for a big turn on these things. But yeah, keep an eye out for another push down. I guess you could throw your Fibonacci on here to help you, whoops, to help you see areas of resistance. Or, yeah, some resistance. Keep an eye on your fib levels. This thing could literally just go up to any fib level and turn right back down. The trend is definitely down pretty hard. Let me look at gold. Ooh, wow, gold did continue up quite a bit today, didn't it? And the thing with gold is, oh, I was gonna say something is going on right now because you can tell. Holy cow, look. Ah, the euro dollar just reversed down, too. Look at it. The euro dollar was just pumping up a minute ago. Now look at it. Holy crap. The euro dollar's going down and the Aussie dollar's going up. That's how bad these things are not correlated. Wow, really? Good. Wow, US dollar Swiss is busting down pretty hard, too. Jeez, we're right in the middle of seeing a pretty decent move right now. Holy crap. Boy, gold might be starting a wave C. Or maybe even a wave 3 if it turns into a bigger correction. Watch for this break of structure. Man, we got some moves happening, that's for sure. Yo, dollar did exactly what I thought it was gonna do too. I got out of this trade because I didn't want it to turn into a loss. That's gonna definitely go down. Take out all these lows right here. Yeah, Trump raised that people are talking about it in the chats now too, yeah. See, this is what I'm talking about. Just out of the blue. Nothing really going on. Really slow day, sideways. And then you're like, oh, it's dinner time. I'm gonna go eat dinner. And then you look at your charts after dinner and you're like, what the hell? It just happened. I feel like you either need to be glued to your charts all day long, scalping, or you need to be trading like the daily time frame where these big old volatile moves don't really matter that much. Because it's just normal price action. Crazy. Is oil move? Oh man, now you can tell people are watching it. When the chart starts getting really volatile, my trading view seems like it wants to act up. Maybe I need to close some of my other trading view tabs. I'm gonna close a couple of my trading view tabs so that way maybe it'll speed it up a little. Leave that one going for now. Wow, huh? Things are cranking. Are the end pairs moving too? They must be. Oh yeah, look at them. They are too. Maybe it really is gonna go up for that big old giant move we've been waiting for. Wowzers. I didn't expect to see a big old giant move right in the middle of my live stream like this. This is what I'm talking about. Trump bomb cells. Crazy. Yeah, like I said, you either gotta be glued to your charts all day, ready to go, or you gotta be trading a really long time frames. Crazy. Pound dollar's not really doing much. The euro is definitely taking the tariff news a lot more dramatic than the UK. But if you look at that chart there, Trump only did a 10% tariff to the UK because the UK only charges the US 10%. So he said, I would only do 10% for you. Makes sense if you think about it. So the pound ain't really moving that much from it. The pound doesn't really care. Doesn't really affect the UK much. So they don't really care that much, honestly, right? The euro, though, I mean, I forget exactly what the number is, but I think they're charging the euro like 20 some odd percent now. The European Union. 125% tariffs on China. Is that really what it is? Crazy, huh? Man. Yeah, it's pretty insane. What is oil doing? Is oil moving? I see I keep posting about oil. Oh, it is moving. Did it sweep most of those lows? Oh, it did sweep those lows, didn't it? Oh, it hit the Fibonacci level too. Man, I haven't been keeping up with everything. I was just saying today that because everything's been moving so much, it's getting really hard to keep up with everything. Normally, I keep up with all these pairs on the daily, weekly, monthly minimum. Usually the 4 hour. Wow, that could be it. Jesus, huh? What is up? Trump is keeping people on their toes today. Jesus. I mean, on the daily, I would like to see an engulfing move. If it makes a nice engulfing move today by the end of the day, that might be it. It's definitely 3 waves down though, but if this is still all one big correction from up here, which I feel like it still is, then another 3-way pattern wouldn't be unlikely for wave B. I still think that gold is likely going to go up to, not gold, but oil could go up to $100 a barrel for wave C, making some sort of a 5-wave uptrend like this. But boy, there really isn't much proof of it yet besides one bullish candle bouncing around. Oh yeah, we need a break of structure. We need this move to hold by the end of the day. If it holds and it breaks structure, that could be it for sure. So yeah, a lot of moves happening right now. What's the stock market doing? Ooh, stock market's getting bullish. Is it really 125% on China? I feel like that could be fake news. It must be here on. It must be here on TradingView on Forex Factory. No, it isn't. It is. It's real news, man. Holy crap! 125% tariffs on China, and then he's pausing for pretty much everybody else. That's good in a way. I mean, unless you're from China, I guess. Wow. Look at the picture they put there for him too. Oh Jesus. What a drama, huh? It's like we're on a reality TV show nowadays. It's pretty funny. Stock market, because a lot of people in my groups trade the stock market, the indices, and I personally don't. I have before, but I really don't trade them very often. And I was talking about them because the indices, I feel like can be a little bit tougher because they don't really seem like they follow Elliott wave corrected patterns. A lot of the times, on the weekly, they'll just make 3 candles down, and then reverse right back up. Just make a pattern down and then reverse right back up. Make a move down, then reverse right back up. It's not really, Forex usually does either an ABC or a WXY or a flat or something. Sometimes the stock market will just go down for a few weeks and then bam, right back up to all-time highs. So I was talking about if I was trading this, I probably wouldn't be day trading it. I would have been buying, 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 and holding and holding and holding for all-time highs. That's like the only strategy on these things. I feel like that's the only way to go. Every single time it dips, you just go buy, 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 buy. And then it dips, you go buy, 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 buy. When you're finally ready to retire, you go sell at all-time highs, and then done with it. Make a fortune. I wouldn't day trade the indices. I definitely wouldn't. I feel like that's the only way to go. Oh man, look at them go, man. The stock market is loving it. Holy shit. Wow. Wow. Big moves. Big, big moves, huh? Wow, 400 points. Look at this stuff. Holy crap, man. Anybody that bought the dip is just like loving life right now. Like I was talking about this today because, like I said, a lot of people in the group traded, and I feel like I wouldn't day trade this at all. Every time it went down, I would buy more. If it went down, I'd be happy. I'd go buy. I'd go buy. I'd go buy. Buy, buy. Because look at this thing on the higher time frames or zoom out. I mean, come on. If you just did nothing but bought the dip for 30 years and then retired, you'd probably be a pretty happy man or woman. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, it is three ways down. It could be an ABC. It might just could keep on going up. Who knows? It's definitely pretty bullish. Pretty sharp move to the downside, isn't it? Crazy, crazy, crazy. Gold is trying to end the correction. Oh yeah, that does look like an end of the correction possibly. I don't know. We'll have to see if it holds, but boy, it does look like a possible way B. It looks a little too soft to be a way B. Today I was talking about how this move, like, it might be three waves of A, and it could go down and make a wave B, and then go up and make a wave C. It almost seems like that would be more likely, like a 3-3-5 pattern. But boy, gold is due for a big pullback. I feel like I still think that gold needs to hit 3,275 because that's the 161% fib. But we could make a wave four of wave three, which would probably bring us down to like 2,600, and then go up to 3,200 for the wave five of wave three to complete the wave three that started right here. And then you'd have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of wave three. And then you'd probably make a bigger pullback for the bigger wave four. So I really wouldn't be surprised if gold did make a bigger pullback, 26 to $2,800. But I have a hard time recommending it because it is a never-ending uptrend, kind of like the stock market. Pound dollar looks like it could drift up, but boy, I don't know. Pound, like I said, the pound doesn't really care. Aussie dollar, I still think could possibly drift down again. Boy, that US dollar CAD, I would definitely keep an eye out for a reversal just in case. These could be just traps. This thing, an hour from now, could just start pushing right back up. I feel like these big Trump news bombs that we've been getting have been, there's been a lot of traps. You know, these big old moves, people are probably all excited, trying to sell, 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 then it'll go down, reverse back up. People will buy, then it'll go down, then go up. And a lot of traps on the shorter time frames. Crazy, huh? Wow, US dollar yen, that looks like it's definitely starting a bigger move up. That's five waves right there, too. One, two, three, four, five waves. We're probably at least going to make a correction to the whole five waves. 38 to 78% pullback, or it could even break structure possibly. Yeah, there's that euro yen that I was right about. That I got out of this trade too. I was long on this and I got out because didn't want to like let it turn into a big loss. Yeah, these sort of time frames are just so manipulative lately. While the higher time frames are just making big old impulsive moves where you could have just got in, looked at your charts once or twice a day, held on for 3 weeks and made a ton of money. Other than watching the sort of time phase where it's just been like crazy Trump news bombs every day. Crazy, huh? I guess if you're a scalper and you're here during the news, you could make a lot of money on some of these things. Yeah, US dollar yen's definitely whipping pretty good. I'd keep an eye out for a break of structure. I mean, until that happens, you can't really say a whole lot about it holding, but break of structure, definitely. Nice moves. Yo, again, could be starting a wave three, honestly. That's what I think is going to happen. If you've been seeing my videos, you know that I think this thing is possibly going up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of wave C of wave B. I'm still pretty bearish on the yen pairs though, for the most part, besides the dollar yen. And the Swiss yen, I'm still bullish, definitely. Yo, CAD's kind of bouncing around a little bit. Yo, Swiss is wild because of the Swiss. Ooh, yo, pound is wild too because the yo. I definitely think this is a crutch into that last move down though. I think this is going to end up making some sort of a three-way pattern up to a Fibonacci level and then go down again for the C of Z. Crazy. Yeah, man, look at that. You probably would have ended up holding on to that trade all the way up and then got out on this engulfing day right here. You could have got in right there, worst case scenario, and held on for all of that move. Got out there, wet short there. It never did hold above engulfing there, so you would have held through that. And probably worst case scenario got out there. Probably got out there, go short there, go long there. I'm almost convinced myself. It's the way to go. The Trump era is gonna kill you trying to keep up with these charts unless you're scalping for just a couple hours a day. Oh boy, these look like they're trying to turn too for a much bigger move. Yo, Aussie, yo, Kiwi looks like they're trying to turn. Pound Aussie, pound Kiwi. Oh man, huh? Absolute insanity. That definitely could be starting its wave B down like people have been saying that it might do. Not wave B, but wave C. I'll be on board with everybody if it does that for sure. Yeah, it definitely did bounce off that 90% area. That 90% is right there. And if this really was an A B, then that would be a good place for it to turn right there. Hmm, nice. Now US dollar CAD does look like it wants to go up. Pretty good moves, definitely. I want to see how these moves close. I want to see if this moves hold. Wow, the Swiss pairs are cranking. Aussie Kiwi is going up like crazy too. I'm still pretty bearish on that for now. Swiss is going up really hard. Aussie CAD's going up. Everything is moving, literally everything. Hmm. Yeah, man, looking pretty good. Yeah, see the euro dollar's already pulling back. Boy, how dangerous, huh? I'm not in any of these trades, but boy, how dangerous is some of that stuff? Killing retail because you know retail is trading the sort of time frames. Look at the Aussie dollar go. Pretty freaking insane. 125% tariffs on China. Phew. It is bad though, because if you go to Walmart in America, every single thing in that store is from China, basically. Aussie and the Kiwi are moving a lot. My charts are slowing way down over it. Pretty interesting. We don't even have the news yet. Yeah, sorry, kind of jumping around a little bit, everyone. Not really taking requests because pretty much everything is moving. That could be an ABC. That could lead to another down move. Hmm. Yeah, Trump is like the market mover from like no tomorrow. Crazy. Probably this meeting minute news is probably not going to even remotely affect the market. That's pretty insane. If you haven't done so already, definitely do join my free Discord trading community. It is 100% free to join. I will never ask you for money in there, so definitely don't worry about that. If you would like to join my website, you're more than welcome to. It's only $30 a month for my membership, but you can join my Discord channel 100% for free. You can watch these streams from there too if you want without any ads from YouTube or Google, whoever posts the ads on YouTube. Yeah, I know that does almost look like an ABC right there on the monthly, doesn't it? And that could go all the way back up to all-time highs too, honestly. I'd probably do the same strategy on the UK markets too and buy every single dip. Probably no stop loss. Your account would be the stop loss. You'd be surprised how often that would work. As long as you got a decent sized account, you're not gonna do it with $100, but boy, you could definitely do it with a few $1,000s probably. My charts are slowing way down. Too many people are trying to see what's going on. Oh man, natural gas. That's the end of a curtain. What the living hell? Look at that. That is that could be the end of a curtain. Even natural gas is moving. Jeez. We need to see a break of structure on that one also, bad boy. Looks like an ABC right there. The DAX is moving. That could be an ABC too, honestly. Well, doesn't look like one, but I don't know. I have a hard time believing that's gonna go back to all-time highs. It looks like it should make a three-way pullback. It looks like this should be a way B, and then go down again for a C, and then go up. But like I was talking about, the market, the indices don't really make three-way pullbacks like that very often. It definitely they do it sometimes. There's an ABC right there. That's pretty much the only one I see. I guess there's kind of an ABC right there. This is an ABC. But man, a lot of their pullbacks are just impulsive moves down and impulsive moves up, impulsive down, impulsive up, impulsive down, impulsive up. So yeah, now I feel like the only way to go with these things is just buy every dip. I don't know if I would trust these moves. The pound yen looks like it's going back up, but is it? I don't know. Boy, my charts are slowing right down. Might have to close all my tabs. There it goes. Wow, my charts are slowed right down. It does look like five ways down on the 4 hour time frame, big time. If it breaks and holds above structure, it's probably going to be a pretty big move up. Definitely looks like an ABC. Could be the continuation of of that big wave B that I was talking about for a couple of weeks. It looked like it failed. My charts are so slow. I have to close some of these tabs. Maybe that'll help. I hate to close all my tabs. There we go. It still could be a wave B like we were talking about. On the pound yen, it does kind of look like it could be. I'm more than happy to start looking for longs if it allows me to. Man, charts are not liking it. I feel like TradingView is overloaded or something. Anybody else having issues with TradingView? This happens to my TradingView quite a bit. Maybe there's a way to clean the cookies on it or something, so it's faster. When there's like a big news drop, my TradingView sometimes will slow right down. Looks like a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If it breaks structure, that's probably it. It's probably gonna go up a lot. I don't know if I trust the move on gold either, honestly. I think that might just make a correction to the move up. Yeah, it's not really that holding. I think if anything, this is just gonna go do a correction to the uptrend. I don't think it's gonna be the uptrend though. I think it's a wave B, probably an A, three ways of A, three ways of B, and then five ways of C. Because gold loves to make flat patterns. The structure that I would want to see it hold below is rejecting. So if it doesn't break and hold below that structure, then that might not even happen. It might just keep going up, honestly. So I'd be watching out for that structure. Pretty dramatic move. That's why people get excited, on these big moves. The problem is if this doesn't close below structure, I don't call it a break of structure. If it like closes up here on the 1 hour time frame, that's not a break of structure. It's just a news spike reversal. It could literally just keep going up. If it does break below structure, then I would probably either do one or two things. I would go down to a very short time frame and try to get in on a pullback zigzag, or I would wait patiently on this time, maybe the 50-minute or something for a short. Then once I get a break up, I would start looking for logs, like this. So yeah, if you haven't done so, definitely do join my Discord channel. It is 100% free. Looks like most people have joined my channel. 83% of people said that they did join. It is free. For some reason, there's a bunch of scammers that it's like impossible to get rid of. So if somebody pretending to be me contacts you, then it's a scammer. Definitely don't pay attention to them because I will never contact you asking for money or asking you to join a brokerage or anything like that for a signal service. That's definitely a scammer. That is 100% not me. So be careful of that. Discord is ridiculous for its scammers. It's getting to be a little too much. It's kind of making me not want to have my community on Discord. Like move it someplace else, but there ain't really too many more options besides Telegram, and I'm not a big fan of Telegram, especially for like a community aspect. Euro dollar's going down, and pound dollar looks like it wants to go up. Aussie dollar, boy, what's those fib levels? But I don't know. We'll see. Might just be a new spike reversal. Scammers are bad, and the unfortunate part is that sometimes people do. A lot of times, people do think that it's me contacting them and asking for money, but it's definitely not me. Pound Aussie could be turning. The euro dollar broke structure, so I think there's a good chance we're in a five-wave downtrend now. It's probably gonna at least go down and take out these lows. I think there's a good chance of it. We'll see what the dollar Swiss does. Probably at least gonna make a correction to this last impulsive move down. Someplace between 38 and 78%, 32 and 78%. Risk on? Hmm. I think it's gonna go back to risk off eventually, but I don't know. It could be a false move. I mean, I guess it could just keep going down. It always could do that. If it goes down, that's risk on. If it goes up, that's kind of risk off. Seems like it should go up, honestly, one more time before it really goes down to make a proper wave 1, 2, 3. But if this is really a wave C on the higher time phase, it could just keep on going down, honestly. And this move on the Aussie dollar is definitely caused by the Aussie. And if it goes up and breaks structure on the weekly time frame, it is definitely going to at least make that three-way pattern that I've been talking about for probably at least 6 months or more for wave Y. It's probably going to go up and take out all these highs. Boy, back to parity. That's a long ways up. The Aussie dollar was at almost at 1.5 at one point. Pretty low right now, 0.61. Probably a good time to go vacation in Aussie, New Zealand. Your dollar will go a long ways. Wow, huh? I'm gonna wait and see how it goes. I'm more of a swing trader. I'm not gonna get suckered in by these big moves, but if it does confirm a turn at the end of the day, I definitely might get into a couple pairs. Wow, that pound Aussie is cranking. That definitely could be the wave B that people in the group have been talking about forever. I don't even have the Kiwi Swiss on my chart, but I can imagine it's going up pretty good, isn't it? Nice job, Jimmy. Oh yeah, buddy. That's awesome. Definitely looked like a bottom, honestly, earlier, but yeah, that's moving pretty strong. I want to see how these candles close now. Pound Swiss looks like it could even go close as an engulfing move. Man. Oh, nice job, Jimmy. That's awesome, buddy. I love hearing it. Definitely. That's amazing. Imagine if this Aussie Swiss really is finding a bottom. If it really is a bottom, then it's the bottom of a wave 5 of like we were talking about today. Talk about a swing trade. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excuse me. Sorry. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ending diagonal, wave 5. Can you imagine? Talk about a swing trade. That would bring us up back up to parity for the Aussie Swiss. Pretty crazy if it went that high. So get in now and then put the account in your kid's name, and then when your kids are your age, they better cash out on the yearly time frame in 2045 or something. 2050. Pretty crazy, huh? Trump era. Crazy mover. Hold until you retire. And I know, huh? Tell me about it. If you got in logs like you like to, then it probably wouldn't be long if it turns like that. Oh, my charts are slowing down again. Well, we got um meeting minutes coming out right now, and then we have Trump signing some more things. Yeah, inside information. Somebody's got. Yeah, I probably do. Definitely. So we have Trump in 30 minutes signing some executive orders, and we have meeting minutes coming out right now, which usually takes about 20 or 30 minutes for the market to digest that news. So definitely keep an eye on things over the next couple of hours. See if these moves actually hold, or see if it's some sort of a spike reversal, some sort of a Trump news bomb reversal. I mean, I wouldn't put it past them. I definitely wouldn't put it past some of these moves to be like a reversal type thing. I don't know though. Some of them really look like they might have found a bottom. We got to see how they react. If this is the bottom of a move on the daily and the weekly, like even the daily time frame, then it should be damn obvious within the next day or two whether this is really a bottom or not. It should be extremely obvious. If it's not extremely obvious, then it's not a bottom or top. So careful for that. I bet that euro dollar is going to go down and take out this low. So hopefully everybody's ready. Don't, like I said, don't rule out the possibility of this being some crazy reversal, but it looks like it's a decent move. We got to see if they hold, for the daily close and stuff like that. If they start to reverse, then that could be a spike reversal type thing. You never know with the Trump news bombs. But anyways, I try to keep these to about an hour because it is 7 p.m. I'm going to keep an eye on the charts while I make dinner, and I will talk to everybody tomorrow at the same place, same time. So I hope everybody's not getting trapped. I hope to see everybody making some really good money. If you haven't done so already, definitely do join my free Discord channel, and I will talk to everybody later. As always, thank you and happy trading.